Wash TV, promoting sustainable development.
Hello lovely viewers, it's a wonderful Wednesday evening and I'm so excited to come your way with the very first edition of the Youth Avenue on Wash TV channel. My name is Kuko Asanova, your gorgeous host, and tonight we sit to discuss a very sensitive subject: drug abuse and substance abuse amongst the youth. Well, I have here with me two panels whom I'll be introducing to you very soon. But before then, let me acknowledge my sponsors, Center for Volunteerism and Social Transformation, CENVAST. Thank you so much. And then you can also follow them on all the social media platforms at CENVAST. And as I said earlier, tonight we sit to talk, and Youth Avenue is all about you and I. So we only touch on very sensitive matters, things that will help with our development as youth. Tonight, we are going to talk about drug abuse and substance abuse, addictions among youth. So let me introduce my panel. I have here with me, let me start with the lady actually, Miss Penel Hebziba, a student of Takoradi Technical University, reading electrical engineering. Penel, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And I also have here Mr. Mensa Barnabas from COP Nation Foundation. Mensa, you are welcome to the Youth Avenue on Wash TV channel. Okay, so to set the ball rolling, our topic today, we are looking at drug and substance abuse amongst the youth. You see, drugs are actually something that are killing the youth now. It's taking the life out of the youth. And I see it to be like something needs to be done about it, hence this sitting. And so when we talk about drugs and substance abuse, Penel, I'll start with you. What can you tell us about drugs and substance abuse?
Okay, so when we talk about drug and substance abuse, it's generally about taking medications which are not prescribed to you, or any other thing like marijuana or cocaine without being prescribed to you, or tramadol without being prescribed to you.
Okay, so that's actually forms part of the drug abuse. That is what drug abuse is. Mesa, do you have anything to add up?
Thank you so much. I think that's the end of the a long greetings to all the viewers across the world. It's a privilege to be here with you having
Yes.
a good conversation, good vibe. Let me also say greetings to COP Nation Foundation members. And then I see you, Mr. C, that you come.
Okay.
Knowing they're listening to this very I appreciate you all. Yes, this is a very serious conversation, serious subject that we are discussing here. Now, my definition, not my definition anyway,
Okay.
what I know about substance abuse is the use of psychoactive substances. And when we talk about psychoactive substances, we are talking about the drugs or the substances that affect how one thinks, how you even use the brain. It affects your mood and all those things. So that is substance abuse.
Okay, so then can we say there is a difference between drug abuse and substance abuse? Is there any difference like that? If there are, can you help us highlight some of these?
I'll say they are the same. They are all trying to take in a drug or substance which is not prescribed, or trying to take in something that, or taking them excessively, I would say. So I think they are all the same thing.
They are the same, okay. Mesa, do you agree with her?
I think they are, I do.
Okay.
I think they are, unless the experts are saying otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay, so then can you help us with some of the drugs? I mean, here people do a whole lot of things, use a whole lot of concoctions, and then, they take all of these things in. So can you help us highlight some of these things?
Some of the drugs that are abused.
Yes.
I think one is alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol, which I'm pretty sure would occupy the topmost seats on the most abused drugs or substances, alcohol, because people, they will even advertise that it's for 18 years plus. But you see people who are 15 years but have grown beard. They are taking alcohol. So alcohol is one, cannabis or marijuana, I think would be another one that is also abused. And then cocaine, coke, exactly. So I have actually listed three.
Yeah, and I think heroin is also abused. Yeah, it's one of the drugs which is abused in Ghana.
Is it not sad seeing our youth taking so much of these things? I mean, people drink alcohol like no one's business. Some people take it actually like they're drinking water. Sometimes you see them and you wonder. I mean, and I want to believe that all these things have some effect on the youth, even if not now, in the near future. Daniel, what are some of these the effects? Some of these effects, yes.
It affects the way they speak and it affects their muscles. You see, we have these muscles which helps us to speak loudly and well. And some of the time when we take in drugs or we abuse drugs, we tend to speak slowly or get aggressive or get angry easily sometimes, and we don't think straight. Okay. So it affects our mental and our muscles and organs, actually.
Alcohol in itself, I know it to be bitter. Like, I learned it's bitter, but people drink it, just...
I think people who drink alcohol are very confident people. Yeah, these are very courageous people, because I remember the first time I tasted Guinness has alcohol in it, right?
Yeah.
Guinness, yes. I tasted Guinness some time ago. Oh, see that? I almost vomited. It was extremely, it wasn't just bitter, it was salt. and people are drinking it, you get it? Yes. And the effects are very enormous and a lot. Because I think that if somebody drinks alcohol and then becomes unstable, what can you do? What can you do? You can't drive, you can't work. So in effect, it makes you ineffective or inefficient.
Yeah. And
then it has ripple effect on your society, the country at large. Assuming we are all boozed, including the president, including yourself.
I'm imagining that.
Who will be here talking what, saying what? You get it?
Yes.
So it has a lot of effects. So we don't even need to entertain the use of alcohol at all.
So if this is the case, why then do people continually take these drugs and substances? Why?
Personally, I think a lot of the youth do so because they want to fit in. They want to fit in. If you go to my community, okay, I have a lot of my mates, my age mates to be precise. Growing up, I think they were exposed to friends who abuse drugs. And then let me be specific, cannabis, marijuana, weed. Good. So with that exposure, they feel that in order to move along with the clique, they also need to do what? So that they can engage their friends and smile. So they want to fit in. Because if you don't take it, your friends will be like, you are colloquial.
Yes.
You feel, you get it. So they want to fit in.
And boys will make you feel bad if you don't.
I remember this December, I was with my friends went to a nightclub or something, but we just wanted to take some fresh air because it's just around the beach. Okay. We got there, they were taking alcohol. I don't take alcohol. They were shouting, why you pan? Why you pan? Telling once I stop those things. And then I had to stand my ground before I took the malt and the coke that I prefer. And then they were laughing at me.
So, people who take these continually tend to get addicted.
Yeah.
What can we say about addiction? Drug addiction or substance addiction?
I would say when you can't control how you take the drug, you become so used to it that you would have to take it. Like people add marijuana to their food, their drinks, their tea. When you are going to, I think they even add it to their pomade because they are so addicted to it that they can't control how they take it. So it's when you can't control how you take the drug, and that's where you say you are addicted. When you are sitting down, you would want to take it. When you are alone, you would want to take the drug. So that is addiction for me.
Nice.
Addiction. My sister has really explained it. Over-reliant on a particular, if it's a drug addiction, then over-reliance on a particular drug. This morning I was driving to Windy Ridge.
Yeah.
And then when I was ascending the hill, there was this madman who was seated in a bush. Okay, he's madman, take note. And then he was smoking weed. As poor as he is, or as poor as he should be, he's smoking weed. Now, when he's done, I'm pretty sure he would yearn for more. Okay.
Yeah.
And then where does he fetch the money or source the money to buy the weed? You get it. So something like this, we can conclude that it is nothing short of addiction. He's addicted to smoking. So addiction is, in fact, when you are overly reliant on a particular, drug that you can't do without it. You're dependent on it. Your life depends on it. Your smile depends on it.
So even if it's paracetamol, that with a little headache and you just go for paracetamol, like meaning you are addicted to it, is that what we are?
I think if you haven't...
Let's say you always get headaches, with a little thing that you do, and whenever it happens like that, you just go ahead and take paracetamol. Can we say you are on the verge of
abusing
getting addicted
Okay.
to paracetamol?
Yeah, I'd say yeah. Because it's not prescribed.
It's not prescribed.
As we said, drug abuse, it's when you are taking in drug which is not prescribed or which has not been to take. So I think when you keep on taking the paracetamol every time that you are having headache, it means that you are abusing the drug. That's the same way when people feel they are sad, they go and taking alcohol, and when you think they are going through a loss, they're taking drugs or abuse marijuana because they are going through something. The same way you are feeling that you are having headache and you are supposed to take in the paracetamol. So it's the same thing. You're doing what people are also doing.
Okay, so it looks like we are talking more about the drug aspect, but let's look at the other substances, other things that people do. Then there's this thing called vape.
Yeah.
It's in a tube or something that these ladies would be smoking. You see them around town and they'll be holding it and you wouldn't know they are smoking, but really they are smoking.
Oh, so that's different from shisha.
That's different because for shisha,
Oh, then I'm Kolopa.
they need, they can't carry shisha along wherever they go.
Yeah.
So they just have the vape and they'll be smoking it.
I see.
Yes.
I see, vape. And then, I mean, what does it do to them too? What does it do for them?
I think they charge it.
It's, oh, wow.
Wow. Okay. I'm not getting to hear
Until
of this one.
recently, we were doing a show called Something Like Tech, and I got to know that they have some cigarette or as it is called vape.
Yes.
And they charge it, and you can smoke it. It's portable, like something small like a pen.
Mm-hmm.
You take it around and you smoking.
I just want to find out. I mean, now you are my teacher here. How does it differ from the weed that they smoke or even the shisha? Why would people prefer the vape to vape to shisha?
Educate us on this one.
I
Probably you have seen it. Yes.
That is not to say that you've been taking vape.
So
Oh.
it's on the tin, and they were like, oh, they have created something like this that you can use instead of going to take in cigarettes or and light it with a match or something. So I think for that one you will charge it and it will be full for the whole day, I guess.
Wow.
And women have been
Guys.
taking it.
Yeah.
You
Not only
see,
women,
Abby,
actually.
you see, I mean,
Only women.
it should tell us that. I'm pretty sure while we are talking about drug abuse, people will be thinking that, oh, men, because I cited an example of a madman. But here we are talking about vape abuse by women too.
Yeah. And now we are just putting it on social media when they are smoking weed, especially the ladies.
Okay,
And
that's-
they really look nice. They dress very nice and they are smoking the cigarettes with confidence and all that.
So guys, what really makes people so much at risk taking these substances?
It's when you are growing up as a child and you see your father or your mother or your uncle smoking or taking in drugs, you tend to children learn things or adapt things at a very young age. So when they see something, they think it's good and they will want to do the same thing. So I think when they see it from the family or when they are being pressured by friends at school, that's when they tend to take in those drugs.
So it's exposure.
Yes.
I believe it's exposure.
So, meaning even people growing up and seeing the parent taking it, they get to think that this is too normal. We can equally go ahead and be taking it.
Yes, yes.
And whose money do they really use to be smoking or to be buying all these stuff? I mean, people being in school complaining we are broke, but then out there they are smoking. They actually buy these things.
When I was in school, when I was in junior high school, I was addicted to TV game. I was addicted to TV game. Wherever I would be to fetch the money, I would have to be. So if I go to school, those days it was 1,000, and then I think 1,000 and 100 or 500 or so that I was giving to school. I'll make sure I squeeze myself fast and make sure I get some money to go and play video game. So I am saying that to me explain how people, these kids or these young ones get money to, so long as you become addicted or you really want to buy and smoke.
You do anything for it.
You will do everything. You even have to go and beg money. Today we see people, the other time I think the SRC executive was sharing this with us. You'd see some people doing like road contract, no pay road contract on the road. These people are doing virtually nothing.
Nothing, yeah. I don't know if they are those that actually go and dig up those space, but then that's another topic for another day.
People do that. Yeah, it's a topic for another day. So maybe I wouldn't go. If people do that, people wake up at dawn, go and then dig so that they can get money. And then when they get money, I think they have been seeing, the drivers have been seeing that they go and then buy, get it. So everybody, they will go like the extra mile to acquire
what they want. Too bad. Back, I remember, school first year, sometimes you'll be there, you hear people talking about green tea. Green tea, and you don't know what green tea is. What betides you if you ask for a cup of green tea? Like you'll be high the whole day, you know. All these things are some of the substances that the youth of our time is abusing. And it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, I sometimes see people behaving or pretending as if they are sick just to get money to go and take in drugs.
Whoa.
They will pretend that they are sick or they have some sickness to beg for money. And when they get the money, they just go and use it for drugs.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it should tell you what people can
do. Yeah.
Something might really be influencing all of these acts by the youth. Could it be government? Could it be family? What are some of these things? Like, what do you think are some of the factors that influence us to?
Abby, if you go down to the streets and then you ask some of these abusers, some of them will tell you, Charlie, there is no job. Government is not providing jobs for us, and then A, B, C, and D. But, I mean, if there is no job, is that enough reason or justification to be smoking? Because I mean, there is actually one thing that I would love to learn from these people. When they get addicted, how they will do everything to make sure they get a drug. So I think it teaches even me, the non-abuser, perseverance. You get it. And if you are replicating the same traits in even searching for job or in your job search, what shows you wouldn't get a job? You get it. But saying that, sitting aloof to say that, because there's no job, I need to resort to smoking, because maybe of family pressures, I need to resort to smoking. It's not the best. It's not that. But people do that. People smoke because they feel because of family situations. Some people say that.
But that's actually no excuse.
It's not.
If your family is going through a lot, that doesn't give you the permission to go and get yourself drugs, to destroy your own life. We sometimes live as if we are living for some people or for somebody else, but then the life that we are living is our own lives. We are not living for our parents or anybody. So I don't know why people actually put themselves at that risk. And if these drugs are prohibited, why do we find them common all around us? These drugs, we say they are illegal, but then we have it all around. How did they get into the country? How do we manage to have them around us all the time?
I think as people, some lawyers, some police, some people in the high authorities also smoke or also take in drugs. So I think they would allow it to the country. They would give way because they know someone up there who's doing the same thing, and they would have to get some connection to bring it into their country.
Well,
I think that, I don't know if some of these, like paracetamol for instance, somebody may abuse paracetamol.
Yes.
But paracetamol is not illegal. You get it?
Yeah.
And what are some of the illegal drugs in Ghana? Weed.
Yeah. Cocaine.
But you know, they use for medicines too.
Okay.
I learned so. So if we even cease to cultivate or grow them, it means that we are terminating its use for the drugs. So they are available for those purposes or for those usage.
Yes.
But people would sneak or find their ways to get and then abuse it. So I'm sure that is why it is still in the system. And then people are abusing it.
Wow. Okay. It is getting interesting. So interesting. And there is more in store for you. Okay, so here, let me ask this. Mensah and Penel, as we are in school or as we are in our workplaces and all of that, how do we get to know that somebody around us is using drugs? You'll be working with people. So how do you get to know that this very person I'm working with is taking drugs? Or how do the families get to know that this person is actually using drugs?
You see, everybody, when you become friends with someone or when you give birth to your child, you will literally know how the person is, how the person behaves. So when you see changes where the person is getting angry easily or getting change of behavior or how the person speaks, like I said, drug abuse can affect the muscles and everything inside the body. So when it affects you like that, you tend to speak slow. Especially people who smoke weed speak slow. I've encountered people like that, and they speak very slow. So you will know from them. Yeah.
They speak slowly.
They speak slow.
Really?
Than usual.
Okay.
So when you see those changes in the person, you will know that the person is taking in drugs. The person is abusing drugs.
Mensah, how do you fish these people out?
I think
Because I feel like they really need help.
they do.
And so we need to be able to find them and then know who it is that is taking drug around us, and then we look at ways of helping.
I agree. They need help. So if we are not able to identify them, how do we even recommend
How do
help
we help?
to them? I learned those who take coke, they feel like they are sweating.
Really? I take coke a lot.
heard. They
No, cocaine.
Cocaine.
It has
Okay,
in the
I thought
name.
you're talking about
No,
Coca-Cola.
I'm sorry, cocaine.
Crack.
Okay.
So they say those people, they always feel they are sweating. They feel so. They always want to maybe unbutton their dresses. They always want to take off their shirts so that they can feel the air. Okay, So that is one. And I think strange weight loss too. Strange weight loss. Somebody who, if somebody begins to take weed or marijuana, you can see that he loses weight, suddenly. And
People actually don't lose weight.
say again.
People don't actually lose weight.
They don't actually lose weight.
It's not everybody.
Some do,
I-
because
okay.
with the people, the images, the pictures, the stories I've heard and seen, you can actually tell
It's
a
when
very
you
big
take it
difference.
for a very long time,
A very
okay.
long
and
time.
it's affecting you, because in the beginning, this is a question. The question is more about how do we find them very easily in a very early stage.
Okay.
So it takes a very long time to find out, but the how they speak, actually, you would literally see from how they speak.
Okay. I think how they speak to, if somebody takes alcohol, you'll be able to.
Yeah, then they get to tell you their minds
Yeah.
and just say anything off head like that.
Yeah.
They don't even know they are still walking on the ground. They feel like they're floating on
Yeah,
the
you
surface
would
of the
notice.
water. Yeah. Okay. And I kind of feel that our schools, our community, our churches actually have a major role to play in this subject. Mesa, what do you think are some of the help that these organizations or these institutions can help the youth with?
Okay. One, for the churches. And for the churches, you know, they can contribute monies as a church and then even donate to a mental health facility, because these facilities need assistance. Okay, now when they are well resourced, they are able to, you know, take good care of those who come in, or they're able to attend very well to those who come in. I'll get to my next point. Let me cite this example.
Okay.
I think Cup Nation Foundation on February 18th or 14th, we are doing a donation at Kwesi Hospital, the psychiatric department to be precise. We went there to engage them ahead of time, and then they indicated that they sometimes go for outreaches. So they go out in search of those people. They go out to talk to some of those people who have already visited them. Okay, so if they are deficient as far as resources are concerned, it means that they cannot embark those outreaches. You get? So I believe churches, as huge as they are, can be contributing, and with their influence, they can contribute monies to go support these people. Two, they can also intensify their counseling sessions. Okay, they should intensify their counseling sessions. They shouldn't be about marriage only and how you can make money only. You should be able to counsel these people. Now, the third one, which is very important, you know, or very dear to my heart, is how some churches tend to abandon some of these abusers in the name of their sinners. Okay, but the Bible or Jesus Christ teaches us that he came for sinners. So if these people are even sinning, why don't we embrace them, draw them closer? So the churches should change the narrative and rather begin to engage these people, rope these people in the services, in their counseling activities, so that the people, because some of these people, they feel they don't have any family to talk to them. So if the church takes them as their family, I'm pretty sure it will go a long way to reduce the number of health issues, mental health issues in our society.
Yes, but I also think that sometimes the individuals actually also, when it, in relation to the church issues that you're talking about right now, the individuals, they get to feel like, okay, we are sinners, and so we can't go closer to the church.
It is because of the orientation, the traditional orientation that has been instituted in all of us, our minds. Today, you don't need to tell a prostitute that don't come to church. But you, Ankasa, if you are there, you would feel that if I'm a prostitute, I don't need to go to church because
you see that they will be shifting themselves to the
So the church, that is why I was saying that the church itself needs reorientation and proper understanding of the word of God, so that we can embrace all these people and we rather correct them. So that they feel welcome. Because if you don't do that, we'll always be thinking that, so long as we've started smoking here. And then, you know, when religious leaders didn't get closer, they are likely to hide the marijuana they are taking. If it is alcohol, they are likely to hide it. You get it? So please, let's all come there. Let's make them understand that, look, it is a flaw among humanity. Somebody, it's a mistake. So we don't need to cut you off, but rather embrace you and then correct you so that you become better. Thank you.
Let's talk about rehabilitation centers in Ghana. Do we have some of these centers around? Because I believe these are the places that people battling with drug addictions can actually seek for help. Let's even take Western region alone. How many of these facilities do we have here?
I don't know much, and I think those drug addicts also do not know much.
Okay.
So I think if there are rehabilitation in every region or even in Ghana, they should try and reach out to people, because I don't really know much about them. So if they are there, they should be telling people or try to educate people about them or where they are, so they can go to them for any help they need.
And people actually, even if these facilities are available, people actually feel they don't see the need of going because they feel like once they go, people will tag them mad,
So
like
yeah.
they are going mad, so
Mm.
they are seeking help.
Mm.
Sometimes too, it's not just madness, you know,
Yeah.
it's just help they need.
Mm-hmm.
But then,
And-
so it's just how we've tagged the whole thing.
Sometimes I remember when I was in senior school, I was scared of the dark. To the extent
Scared
I
of?
could, the dark.
Head of the dark.
I was scared.
Scared of
You
the
were
dark.
scared.
Head
What
of
kind
the
of
darkness.
head of the dark?
And I couldn't sleep in my dormitory. I would put the Bible on top of my bed when I was sleeping. And my mom saw that I couldn't sleep well. She sent me to the hospital that maybe they can give me a sleeping tablet to sleep well.
Anti-darkness, right?
And the doctor told me to go to a psychologist or visit my pastor to talk to me. So when I told my friend I was going to a psychologist, they thought I was mad.
Wow.
That is the mentality people have when you go to a psychologist or a therapist.
Yes.
But that's not the reality. When a person is having a mental issue or struggling with depression, and it terms it with a mental disorder, they think every mental disorder means madness.
Yes.
But it's not every mental disorder that is madness. So we should be able to educate people and help them feel safer going to a therapist, going to all these rehabilitations and all that. We should educate people more.
Fellow Ghanaians, let's look at how we think. Sometimes our approaches to some issues actually hinder the youth from making the progress that they need to make. Sometimes they just need to take a step, but they kind of feel like if I do this, my Ghanaian people will say I am mad, I am this, I'm that. So because of that, I'll just be there. I wouldn't go, and it's end up affecting us. Guys, this is sad. I mean, this topic itself about drugs, the addiction, breaking out of addiction. How do we even tend to break out from addictions? Benson, how do we tend to break out from addictions?
You know, let me seize this moment to commend the Narcotics Control Commission,
Okay.
the Western Region Department, or the Western Region Sector to be precise. I think not too long ago, I was informed that they are working on a project. They are working on drawing these people closer. Okay, they are working on drawing these people closer by educating them, giving them the necessary tips on how they can quit. And then these are very practical but gradual tips or processes that if they're able to cultivate, you'll see that with time they exit or they quit that behavior. And so I commend them very, very well. I think last year they were at Amanfo, and then we all know the history or the stories surrounding Amanfo. They were at Amanfo, and I think the turnout was very great. The education that they gave.
Can you educate us more about the Amanfo subject?
Amanfo in Takrade, if you hear of Amanfo, I think it is more of, I mean, what we have heard is that it is the resting place for a lot of these drug addicts.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so that is where they find rest. So if somebody is even living or residing in, let's say, Airport Region, and he smokes, he doesn't fit. Let me say she, and she smokes. She
He or
doesn't.
she.
Let me say she.
Because people have been
Let me
using
say
he a
she,
lot.
because the women, you just, they
I
have been
get it.
smoking too. So if she smokes and she doesn't fit in at Airport Ridge, she would have to relocate to Amanfo. Over there, she would
Feel
meet
free
a lot.
to
Exactly.
smoke.
So I think they were very strategic by choosing Amanfo, and then the turnout was very excellent. So narcotics control is doing very well. They are doing their very best. Now you see, their efforts are inadequate.
Yeah.
Their efforts are very inadequate. The reason being simple: they lack resources. So that maybe sends me to what I was sharing earlier on,
Yeah.
that the benevolent ones need to come on board to donate, just as Corp Nation Foundation is doing now,
Okay.
so that they can extend their reach, amplify their education, and then get some more resources to help these addicts to quit their behaviors.
Well, then I think these foundations should actually also come out, because we don't know what they do. We actually basically don't even hear from them.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
when they also come open up, then if you see somebody that's in need, you can actually just, recommend or help get the person
Exactly, exactly. Just as Cup Nation Foundation is doing now. So I think you are allowing me the platform to solicit support from all the viewers. I mean, all of us doing the listening or doing the viewing now. That you kindly check out or quickly get in touch with Cup Nation Foundation to assist with this project for the mentally challenged.
Okay. Viewers, we've had a nice time here. We are not done yet, but I still would like to appreciate Center for Volunteerism and Social Transformation, CENVAST, for all your volunteering activities. Just link with us. Follow us on all our social media platforms at CENVAST. And also, I'd like to urge you to follow Watch TV channel on all our social media pages at Watch TV channel. Subscribe to our page on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram and on Facebook as well. And Youth Avenue, it's all about you and I. It's time we rise up and look for what is right for us, what is good for us, and chase that. We were talking about the societal problems, how the society can come in to help us. So let's take it from there now. Let's look at the government. The government. I know we already spoke about the narcotic board, but is the government really paying so much attention to this board, and then how they can also contribute in helping the youth of today that are battling drug addiction? Mensa, you spoke on that, so I guess you can actually highlight.
Okay, great. At least it's good we all acknowledge that Narcotics Control Commission, formerly was a board, now a commission, is the body, the states managed body that is in charge of matters like this. So if we know that at least people who are mentally challenged people or families of those people can probably be working or making their way to their gates or their doors so that they can seek assistance. Now, I don't know the amount of money or the percentage of the annual budget that is dedicated to this commission, but from the little that I have observed, they are lacking a lot of support, financially, logistically, because if they are not, unless they are, and then maybe the monies are passing somewhere, but I know very well they are handicapped. Okay, so the government, as far as from where I sit, is not doing much or doing a lot to support this commission to do or execute its mandate. So I think the government should sit up.
Government should sit up. Peniel, what would be your advice for people that are battling drug abuse?
I would say it's okay to see someone, or it's okay to go through a lot. It's okay to be pressured. It's normal. But it's about you taking a rightful decision that would help your life. So if you are battling with drug or you are addicted so much with drug, I urge you to talk to someone about it or pray about it. The first thing is to pray about it. After praying, you talk to someone about it.
You make a move.
Yeah, you make a move to someone, to your pastor, someone you really trust that won't sell you out, someone that you respect a lot and would advise you as well. So after talking to them, and you feel like you have not had enough advice, you can visit a therapist. Yeah.
That's if you have the resources.
Yeah.
Instead of going to the clubs and all that,
Yeah.
you can actually see a specialist. Mensa, any advice for the youth?
Thank you so much, Madam Abigail. Sometimes these people smoke because they believe that they will do better in the smoking. They take alcohol because they believe that they will do better once they take the alcohol. But I am here to tell everybody, every smoker, every addict, that it is a lie. It is a total lie. We
From
have
the pit of hell.
Exactly. We have evidences to show, we have witnesses who can attest to the clear fact that it is a lie. Today we have pictures of people who have smoked weed for years and they don't even have lungs. You get it? So please, if you are thinking that you are smoking, you are taking alcohol so you can be more energetic, you are smoking weed so that you can be, you can think smarter, I beg of you, it is a lie. Stop smoking. Stop taking or abusing drug today, and then it will go a long way to help you. Thank you.
Not only cigarettes. Stop smoking vape. Yes.
Oh, thank
Stop
you.
smoking
Thank you.
vape. My dear ladies, it's actually not nice at all for you to be smoking this kind of stuff. At first, when the guys were doing it, we thought it was just the guys, but right now, it's actually too much. You know, it's getting too much. So my advice also, seek help, just as they said. Make a move. Let somebody know that you need help so that they will also come to your aid. We are still here on the Youth Avenue, and we would have another episode like this next week, same time. And let me say a very big thank you to the Center for Volunteerism and Social Transformation, CENVAST. Please follow us on all our social media platforms at CENVAST, and also Watch TV channel as well on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. We are there. My name is Kupa Asenba. Thank you so much, Penel and Mensa, for coming through.
Thank you too.
Till next week, bye.
Watch TV, promoting sustainable development.